Hey everyone, it's Wingspan TT, and if you're watching, you know what time it is. It's time for Duels of Planeswalkers 2013. Now, I am pretty ill. My head is swimming. Really hard to concentrate, but I recorded this footage previously last night, and I figured just get the footage done and post it up. We're in the grand finals of the TopTierTactics Xbox 360 tournament. It's OldMrJones versus InsaneModeXx. These guys beat out 62 other players to get to this spot. Grand finals. I decided to play. I'm not really going to be playing, but I do want to just provide you with the footage to see what happens. And here we have Sarah Ascendant being the first turn play from OldMrJones, now with 4 cards in hand, passing over to me, which I'm not going to be doing anything, just passing my turn. No reason to play. I don't want to influence the outcome anyway. I told people that to keep cards out. I guess I got to discard something. I might as well just play the land. They have to keep cards out of their deck that would influence me, the third player, like Exsanguinate, whatever. And here we have Warren Instigator coming out, double strike, 1/1. First play for InsaneModeXx. He's obviously playing Goblins. That's a pretty strong start. OldMrJones coming in here, turn 2, passing. That's really rough. Now, he didn't know the InsaneModeXx is going to be playing Goblins, but I bet he's going to be kicking himself. He needs a turn 2 drop, having a Johnny's Pride Mate, having absolutely anything that could trade with the Warren Instigator, which has double strike, would be good right now. He cannot risk either letting the Warren Instigator through, and he also cannot risk blocking it. Of course, he's not going to have a choice now. Sarah's Ascendant taking the damage, going to the graveyard. Goblin Bushwhacker, being dropped with Kicker. So everything's going to get +1/+0, and then he's going to swing in here. That's going to be absolutely nasty with the Warren Instigator, because that's going to be 4 damage with double strike. He's just got to make sure the attack comes through to me. That's going to be 4 damage, 6 damage, and the ability to drop 2 goblins on the table, because Warren Instigator's ability is whenever it deals damage, you get to play. You get to put a goblin creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That is absolutely sick. And at this point, OldMrJones has no goblins to drop from his hand. Kind of wow. I mean, Insane Mode didn't have any. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm pretty sick. Insane Mode has nothing to play, which could be really bad news here. If my hand were over there, it might be more useful to OldMrJones. But Insane Mode here, he's got the Warren Instigator, he's got the Goblin Bushwhacker. Now he's playing Krenko's Command. At least everything doesn't have haste, but he's not another Goblin Bushwhacker, and I now see why he didn't use the Warren Instigator ability last turn. Now everything's going to get +1/+0 and swing for 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 damage. 12 damage right to the face of Mr. Jones. If he doesn't have a Swords to Plowshares, or 2 Swords to Plowshares, or pretty much anything other than nothing, he is going to be in a world of hurt. Now he could be trying to play some game here where he takes this to the face, forces more creatures out of hand, drops the planes next turn, plays Day of Judgment. That would be a pretty, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a good play. It really depends what's left in Insane Mode's hand if he has any more goblins. But it would at least give him the ability to catch up. And let's see what he's got. Does he have it? Day of Judgment. Day of nothing. Does he have the Angel? What? That's it. I can't imagine. As far as I know, there's nothing in his hand that could possibly extricate him from this position now. So here we go. Unless he's got, I can't imagine. There's nothing left. There's nothing he can play. That's it. That's his first game. So OldMrJones losing game 1 against InsaneModeXx. Yes, Insane Mode had goblins, but what was Mr. Jones' game plan? Did he take a starting hand with 1 creature, 4 lands, and then what are the other 4 cards in his hand? Are they all like 6 mana cost cards? I don't see how this is going. Here, the first strike damage goes through first. Warren Instigator, he's got nothing to drop, and that's it. He's already in the grave. Game is over, ladies and gentlemen. First game goes to InsaneModeXx. Let's go to game 2. Hey everyone, it's Wingspan TT, and we're in game 2. InsaneModeXx versus OldMrJones versus Wingspan with a terrible headache. It's just like the light from the screen. I have my screen brightness down to like 10%. It's just burning in my skull. I guess I'll just take this hand because it doesn't matter because I'm not playing. We saw InsaneModeXx taste the first game very convincingly with goblins, just stomping over OldMrJones, who had seemingly nothing to play the entire game, which is just, you can't afford to have that. And in between these matches, both players chose not to sideboard, which I think is probably a huge mistake, at least for OldMrJones. He needs to sideboarding cards, all the cheap low-cost cards that allow him to survive the early games. Celestial Light is actually one of the decks that has the best chance against Goblin. God, what is it called? Goblins. Something Goblins. Goblin Gangland. And here we go, Soul Warden. First play, very strong first play from OldMrJones that allow him to gain a lot of life to ignore a lot of early damage, hopefully long enough to survive, drop some late game bombs. So what do we got here? The Krenko's command, immediately 2 life up from Mr. Jones. Now he's exactly where he started. And here comes the swing. He can kind of ignore this if he wants, go down to 20 life, not a big deal. So right now, Soul Warden is paying for itself in droves. We'd like to see some turn 2 plays, maybe more Soul Wardens, maybe some Johnny's Pridemate would be incredibly powerful to get a Johnny's Pridemate, or to have anything, instance, anything that can give him the edge. What is he going to go for? Play a second planes, another Soul Warden, very powerful, go back up to 21 life, and now be gaining 2 life off every creature, and now Sarah's Descendant, another 2 life off of that. If I were him, I would use the Sarah's Descendant to trade with something immediately, to trade with the Raging Goblin. I don't know why I'm zooming up here, I just want to see what it looks like. Get the Raging Goblin off the board. Sarah's Descendant is never going to make it to 30 life, but what do we got here? All goblins gain +1/+1 in haste. That is going to be big trouble. So the question is, does he swing in with his actual commander there? He's going to swing in for 6. Does he swing in for 8 for Goblin Chieftain? In my view, that's a mistake. Insane Mode does not want to swing with that. If he loses the Goblin Chieftain, he's going to lose a huge amount of momentum right now. We've got OldMrJones at 25 life. There's no real reason why he can't just take 6 to the face. Hopefully if he's got some kind of instance or abilities or something, but he's just going to take it, go down to 19 life. Not a big deal, although can he withstand taking 6 damage a turn for the rest of the game? I'm going to pass. I guess I might as well drop something out of my hand here. I never get headaches. It's such a pain in the ass. And here we go, Mr. Jones. Does he have the 3rd planes? He does have the 3rd planes. And nothing. He's got nothing. He must have something. Nothing. He's passing. Sarah's Descendant, Soul Wardens, still sitting out here doing nothing. I'm really concerned for OldMrJones not having a turn 3 drop. Could he at least drop there we go, this is gonna hurt. Gem Palm Incinerator being cycled to kill off the Sarah's Descendant. Although I'm actually surprised. I would have killed the Soul Warden if I were him. Sarah's Descendant is what, gonna trade for something once and gain him 1 life, whereas the Soul Wardens are gonna gain 1 life every time a creature comes into play. They seem much more dangerous right now. He's not gonna be hitting 30 life. If I were InsaneModeXx, I'd be very concerned about Day of Judgment coming out on turn 4, although we didn't see it last time. Other scary things on turn 4 could be just a little 2/4 Lifelink Angel, but here we got the Goblin War Driver, which is also going to have haste, which is going to be very nasty, swinging in with haste. Plus it gets +1/+1 from the Goblin Chieftain, very nasty. Swinging for 3, 6, 9, 12, plus the Battle Cry, 15 damage. It's going to be a lot of damage. I'm going to be very shocked if this all goes through. Is he going to swing in with the Goblin Chieftain? That's a lot of damage. It's a lot of extra damage, but it's also he risks throwing it away because it's going to become 3/2. He could double block with the Soul Wardens, then just take a measly 3, 6, 9, 12 damage. It's still a lot of damage either way. I don't know if that's really what he wants to do. He had one guy attacking me there for an instant. Oh my god. I don't know what my temperature's fine. Temperature's fine. I just it took me like 3 hours to get out of bed. I honestly tried before that. Whenever I stand up I just feel really dizzy. I don't know what it is. If there's any doctors watching, just stand up, feel dizzy, just get headache, bright lights hurt. It's just a headache all the time. And there he's gonna go down to 9 because he didn't swing with the Chieftain. Meanwhile, in my land, I have cards that could help, but I can't cast them because I'm not playing the game. Alright, let's see here. What's he got for his turn 4 drop? This is basically going to be a big deal. Let's see it. What's he got? Nothing. Does he really have nothing? Unless he's got a... even if he's got the cat thing, he could drop a cat as an instant. He'll gain 2 life and get a surprise blocker. If he's got White Sun Zenith, I don't see that happening. Does InsaneModeXx is playing a... Okay, he's got the Ember Hauler, which can kill off one of the Soul Wardens. or do 2 damage to the face. Now it's pretty much over as far as I'm concerned. And Goblin Piledriver. So now I could see this. If Goblin Piledriver swings, he's got the Swords to Plowshares on what? Okay, that makes sense. Kill this guy. Creatures don't have haste anymore. Very good. So Insane Mode's going to go up to 22, and everything gets -1/-1 now. He's still going to swing with everything, but he cannot swing with the 2 creatures he just played. I guess that was kind of a good play. I assume he just top decked it since he didn't play it last turn. Last turn would have been a great turn to play it. Just take less damage overall. He's just going to take the damage to face. Go down to like 5 life. So unless he's got Day of Judgment here, the only other option he could have is he has Chastise. Alright, he has Chastise to kill an attacking creature and gain life equal to its power. If the Goblin Piledriver attacks and gets +2, 4, 6, 8, 10, alright, and he gets killed, that'll be 10 life. He could survive another turn, but there's no point surviving another turn if he doesn't have anything to swing back with. And now he's sitting on 3 cards in hand. InsaneModeXx sitting on 2 cards in hand. I have no clue what they are. He does have an Ember Hauler, though, which can just sack itself to do damage to the face, could sack itself to kill a Soul Warden, although I'd rather just attack. And it looks like InsaneModeXx is anticipating the Chastise. He doesn't want to swing with the Piledriver. He knows what's going on. Although he could swing with the Piledriver, and then if the Chastise happens, could throw his Ember Mauler at the Piledriver, kill it in response. But that seems like pointless. We had the Battle Cry going up. Everything getting +1/+0. So 3, 2, 2, 2. That's 5, 7, 9, 11 damage. Way more than enough to kill OldMrJones. I don't see a way out for him at this point, unless he's got like 2 Swords to Plowshares, which I don't even think are in the deck. Or 1 Swords to Plowshares and 1 Chastise. Here comes the Chastise, removing a 2/1. He's going to gain 2 life. Go up to like 7. He's still going to take 4 damage. The Ember Hauler is going to get sacrificed right now. I assume at OldMrJones' face. Bring him down to 3. Okay. Alright, so he's going to go up to 5 and take 4 damage. He's going to survive this. He's going to survive by 1 life. Okay, because he's going to... And okay, there you go. And a shock to OldMrJones' face. And that's it. That's the game. So InsaneModeXx absolutely trampling all over OldMrJones. OldMrJones with not enough early game plays. I don't know what it's in his hand, but it was not enough in either game. He goes down -1. That's it. So InsaneModeXx is the champion of the Xbox 360 tournament for Top Tier Tactics. He will get 2 packs of Magic the Gathering 2013. That's right. 2013. He doesn't get the Ravnica yet, because Ravnica's for next tournament. He also gets 10 rares from my collection, which I'll be picking out for him. So I'm going to show them in this video so you can see which cards I picked out. And we'll put this up. Everyone, congratulations. I hope you enjoyed this. Really sorry I couldn't give out the most enthusiastic performance possible, but I hope you appreciate it nonetheless. Congratulations, InsaneModeXx, for trampling your way through a tournament. Good play, OldMrJones, and good play, everyone. I'll see you next time. Cheers.